Hello, my loves, and welcome back. Do you ever get anxious about your cat? Do you then worry because you're worried about your cat? Worried if it's going to impact them and kind of end up in a bit of a swirl of anxiety about your cat? I know I do. So stick around with me in this video and I will share with you what I do to manage my anxiety and that you can use too so that it doesn't impact your cat. And if you haven't already subscribed to the Naturally Cats YouTube channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button along with the bell to get notifications of my new releases so you can help your cat with every video. Now let's dive in. I've shared very publicly that I deal with anxiety, and sometimes it sits on the sidelines and it's kind of watching, like day to day, everything's kind of going okay. And then all of a sudden, anxiety takes center stage. So that's why I say manage my anxiety, because I don't get rid of it. It's never gone. It's always there. And it's part of who I am. And I've learned how to deal with it. There were times a while ago when I couldn't see the way forward. I couldn't see how to help myself. And my cats were the inspiration to help me to figure that out. So what I wanted to share with you in this video is I understand what it's like to deal with anxiety about our cats. And I also know that my anxiety does impact my boys. When my anxiety starts to take over, they do feel it. They feel my energy, they feel my frequency, my change of vibration, and it impacts them. They go off their appetite, there are behavioral changes, but more on that later. So I wanted to ask, do you experience this? Because that's what we're talking about in the video today. Now, my anxiety for the boys can be something kind of quite, let's say, understandable. I worry that they won't come home because they're outside cats during the day. They're kept in at nighttime. I worry that they could get sick. I worry that they're not eating their food. So some of the things that, people, like general people, could kind of understand, yeah, I can see why you would worry. You wouldn't want your cat to not come home, right? However, I also have another layer of worry, and I wonder if you have this too. So I worry that, did Leo just walk with a limp? Why is he late getting up today? Yesterday he was awake at 7 o'clock. Why isn't he up until gone 10 o'clock today? Why isn't he straight downstairs for his food? Did baby Max have a bit of a late night last night? Why was he out later than normal? Why didn't he come in at the normal time of 7 o'clock? What else do I have? Why did Leo walk up to that plate of food? Did I just hear him? Was he outside? Oh my goodness, someone's coming to the door. I need to tell him to go and run and hide. Is the cat flap open? Did I shut the cat flap? Are the boys going to come home tonight? What if they come home and they're hurt? What was that? Was that a cat noise? Was that one of my boys? That's what my head is like a large portion of the day. Can you relate? I know as a cat guardian, I do my very best to help them. I give them high quality food. I try and stick to a routine. I connect with them. I communicate with them and so much other stuff. However, I love them with all that I am. That's the way I am. There's me and my boys, and we are everything to me. So I want to know from you, drop into the comments below. Do you get this? Do you understand what I'm saying? How anxious do you get about your cats? Because there are times when my anxiety, like I said, is on the sidelines, but sometimes she comes in and it's center stage. And I'm going to share with you now one of the ways in which I really shifted and pivoted managing and working with my anxiety. Okay, so this may not resonate with everybody. If it doesn't, no worries. It may do at a later date. If it does, great. Jump on in. One of the ways that I support myself with my anxiety is that I named my head. That's right. I named my head. She's called Brenda Brain. Now, Brenda is, in my mind's eye, she is an old lady. She's very judgy. She's got kind of short hair. She's got cardigan. She's a bit hunched over. She's kind of a bit of an angry face. That's what the judgment feels like when my head starts to go, kind of a bit off the charts. And when I connect with Brenda, it allows me to get to know a part of myself on a deeper level. This is not about disassociation, Okay, this is not about saying, well, I'm here and that part of me is over there. Absolutely not. It's actually about integration. It's about understanding another part of who I am. It's just on a different level to my conscious day-to-day self. So if I start to notice that I am like, about the boys, is it this, is it this? And kind of those thoughts are coming in, I make time for myself. I'd like to say I do it 100% of the time, but I am absolutely not that disciplined. But I do it as best I can. So for me, the ways that I can connect with Brenda are meditation, journaling, and sometimes just a simple walk. I give her the microphone. So I am not a fan of saying to people, ignore your emotions. In fact, literally, like I teach the opposite in the Become a Soul-Led Cat Guardian program. It's for me, what's helped me is understanding and embracing what's going on for me. I may have a raft of judgment about my cats, a load of fears coming up, and I'm going to feel into that. So I ask you, like, if you could do that too. You know, as I'm sharing this, what name pops into your head for your head? Drop it in the comments and let me know. So I will let Brenda be center stage. I won't fight to push her to one side because that never works, let's face it. I'll ask her what she needs to share with me. What do you need to tell me to help you to feel safe? What are you worried about? What's going on for you? Sometimes I don't even get a question in. I just start to journal and my gosh, she's on a roll. Like there's pages and pages. Because it's important for her, it's important for me to be heard. So when I've created this understanding and awareness of this other part of me, it gives me a chance to honor her, honor it, honor me. And that has really been game changing when it comes to managing my anxiety. I do other things, you know, I talk to friends and family, not all of them, but some of them that understand. And like I said, I will move my body. Sometimes I go out for a walk and I've got headphones in and I'm not actually on the phone, but I will talk like I am. And it's Brenda and we're having a conversation because it needs to come out. With anxiety, in my experience, it's connected to something, whether that's a fear of the future, which is generally connected with something that's happened in the past, or it's a trauma, a pain, an unhealed experience from the past. We are anxious, we are nervous about something. So, for example, you may have heard me talk before about Leo eating or not eating. This is one of my biggest triggers for my anxiety. He goes up to a plate of food and he sniffs and walks away. In fact, I created a video on it, what to do if your cat won't eat and how to tempt them back to the plate. Because I wanted to share with you what happens when we are in that situation. And again, like how your anxiety, your energy can impact your cat. So if he walks up to the plate, my spidey senses, my Brenda is like straight away, you know, heightened, on alert, ready to just go down the route of, oh my goodness, he won't eat, da 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 da. And this comes because a couple of years ago, Leo had a case of feline anorexia. I'd never heard of this before. Basically, he didn't eat for 5 days. He was in the vets for 2 or 3 nights. We hadn't had him long either. It was one of the most traumatic experiences I've had with a cat. So now, if he even when he eats a plate of food, there is a subconscious sense of relief in me. I'm kind of like looking to see from the other side of the front room whether he's eaten his plate or not. So I share this with you to hopefully help you understand that we have anxiety about our cats because we love them and because we are worried. We are worried about losing them, about them leaving us. And that's okay. But one of the best things you can do, my love, to support yourself with your anxiety is to hear it. So if you feel safe in sharing it with a friend or a family member, do so. But know that not everybody may get it or understand, which is why I ask you to make peace with it yourself. So name your head, embrace that part of you rather than pushing it to one side or ignoring it or telling it to go away. It doesn't work. Trust me, I've tried. And when we connect with ourselves, it gives us the capacity to deepen that connection with our cats. In my video, ABC of Cat Communication, I share with you about creating stillness. And we may not be able to lean into that or feel that stillness if our heads are super busy. So it's about honoring yourself and nurturing yourself to then give you the capacity to connect with your cat. And if you're interested in doing this more, consider coming to join me for the Become a Soul-Led Cat Guardian program. I work with empaths who are anxious and have anxious cats, like me. So I help people to come out of their heads and come into their hearts to receive the soul, essence, and wisdom of their cats. There's a range of tools in the program. Naming your head is just one, but it's so simple yet incredibly effective. I've had many people say to me, I thought you were crazy for asking me to do that, but I've done it. And now it's one of the best things I've ever done. I got to know myself on a deeper level. So give it a go. I'll pop a link below to the Soul-Led Guardian program. If you're interested, book a call with me. You'll see the availability of my calendar. I'd love to connect with you and see if it's a good fit and if it will help and support you on your next steps. And just before I leave, there's one other thing to remind you that I've got a playlist of videos for anxious cat guardians. So again, I'll drop a link below. Check out the other videos and I hope that they help. Be kind to yourself, my love, as you go about your day, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.